I joined Real Broker in 2023, and in 2025 and 2026, there's been a lot that has changed. Back then, we were just a small little cloud startup. Now we're one of the fastest growing real estate companies in the entire world. So let's dive into all the things that have changed in the only Real Broker explanation video that you'll ever need to watch with straight data from our ICA. You see, Real was actually founded in 2014, but the cloud-based model was created in 2020. And as of 2025, we're in all 50 states and 4 Canadian provinces. We're also publicly traded on the NASDAQ with our ticker symbol being REAX. One of the important things about Real Broker in terms of valuation is a lot of the people that are pouring money into the brokerage are actually overseas investors, meaning 2 things. Number 1, the actual economy of the United States is going to affect things obviously, but not as much as a lot of people that were to invest in the United States. People that are investing all across the world, well, they just want facts, data, and ultimately just look at the numbers. What this means for you is a few things. When you get rewarded with Real stock, which we'll get to in a second, that number, you don't have to worry about it going up and down and veering left and right as much as you would if you just had United States investors on there. We also broke $1 billion market cap as well just a few months ago. Now let's talk money, because I know that's what you're looking for. What's our split and what's our fees? We're at an 85-15 split with a $12,000 cap. We also have no monthly fees, and the only way that Real gets paid is when we get paid. Once we cap, it's 100% commission, only $285 per transaction. And once you qualify as an elite agent, it's only $129 per file. Now, every file, you'll also pay a $40 BOT fee, which covers the insurance aspect of it and makes sure that our brokers actually get paid. Also, a one-time $250 onboarding fee and a $750 yearly fee that comes out of your first 3 transactions. So what am I trying to say? Well, I think we have some of the best splits in the entire game. You see, I'm an agent in Rochester, New York that's moving to Columbus, Ohio. And both of these markets, I can tell you one thing. There's always an agent that says, so what's the catch? Because in these smaller markets, in these places like Nebraska, Rochester, New York, Columbus, Ohio, this kind of split with this kind of tech that I'm going to talk to you about is completely unheard of. And people absolutely go crazy over it, and they think it's a scam or they think it's too good to be true, which just attests to exactly how good and how amazing the brokerage actually is. And from a teams option, you have 3 different choices. Number 1 is the standard team, the model in which the team has a $6,000 cap and they must pay at least 25% of their commission to the team lead. Number 2 is a domestic team for spouses or team members that want to share 1 cap and also 1 login. It's perfect if you are a wife and a husband duo, or a husband and husband duo, or a wife and wife duo, where it's just you and 1 other person and you guys are in the exact same front. Combining with this, one of the biggest things about Real that I absolutely love is the fact that you get actual ownership in the company. Most agents put from 5 to 10% of the money that they would make into the stock of Real, meaning every time they actually sell a house, they use that money to set aside it and then actually pay and purchase stocks. You also receive a 30% bonus share amount if you vest it for about 12 months with Real. If you hit your $12,000 cap, you also get stock. If you teach at Real, you also get stock. You bring someone over to Real and they sell a house, you also get stock. And then when you cap and pay an additional $6,000 in post-cap fees, you also get stock. Or if you earn more than $500,000 and do more than 10 $1 million deals, guess what? You also get stock. You can earn up to $24,000 in stock, $16,000 of that being production and $8,000 of that being cultural, meaning either you teach or you give volunteerism a shot. Let's also talk about revenue share, because one of the biggest things and one of the biggest components in growth with the brokerage, especially in 2025, is ownership. It's also revenue with the people that we bring. Nowadays, when we use attraction as the rhetoric, you gotta understand a few things. Number 1, agents want to be paid whenever they bring a friend over. We don't just want Starbucks gift cards anymore, and I hope you feel the same way. You're actually super valuable, and you know more agents than most brokers do. Number 2, we actually want the opportunity to make sure that we have location freedom alongside with it. You see, one of the biggest reasons that I got into the agent attraction game is I want location freedom. I don't just want to sell houses, which I love selling houses, of course, but I also want to be in Barbados, or I want to be in Dubai, and I want to look at my phone and say, oh my gosh, I made $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. That's special. Real has a 5-tier approach, and it goes like this. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 percentage. The 85-15 split, all of that 15%, Real gives you 5% of that as a way of saying thank you. So for example, let's say the entire commission was $10,000. The agent would make $8,500 and Real would make $1,500, and you would make $500 off of that. Pretty simple, right? The maximum that you can get for all agents is $4,000 on the first tier, $3,200 on the second tier, $2,400 on the third tier, and $1,600 on the fourth tier. And finally, you get $800 on the fifth tier. You also earn and open up these tiers dependent on the amount of individuals that you have on your first tier. So in order to open up tier 2, you need 5 producing agents. In order to open up tier 3, you need 15. Tier 4 is 20, and tier 5 is 25. The way that you qualify as a producing agent is you sell at least 2 houses throughout the year, or around $3,000 per every 6 months. And the cool thing is, unlike most brokerages, our revenue share is considered a marketing expense, meaning it's actually willable to your family members in case anything were to happen to you. For me, that's super duper important. I have a younger sister at home, and I also have older parents, especially as I start growing up, I have children, the whole shebang. I want to make sure that number one, my family is safe, and number two, we have the opportunity to use that money to buy assets so we can always have this growing simultaneously. And it's special to me knowing that if anything were to happen to me, God forbid, my parents are well off, my sister is well off, and my future family, which I'm obviously gonna have, they're gonna be well off as well. And one of the coolest things that go alongside with this is co-sponsorship. Co-sponsorship is one of the most unique things that we've ever seen, and it's only applicable here at our brokerage. Other brokerages are attempting it, but we were the first, and we also do it correctly. Meaning a few things. Number one, obviously we have a 5-tiered approach. When you take into that data and you actually apply it with someone else, you create a unilateral approach in which you never actually run out of organizational members. Well, it means there's no such thing as legitimate tiers if you can operationalize this correctly. Let's say you bring on someone with someone in your 5th tier. You co-sponsor them. That person doesn't show up in your 6th tier because that doesn't exist, but they actually show up in your 1st tier. See how that works? It's pretty cool. This way, not only do you have access to my organization, you have access to everyone else's organization with it. It's a horizontal integration that just makes sense. And the other thing, one of the coolest things about Real is we don't really have this mindset of, hey, this is my silo, that's your silo. No. What we do is we give to the entire company, watch the company grow, and make money with stock. But there's going to be a financial obligation and a financial lever dependent on who actually brings you. Proximity is power, and sometimes you want specific things, and sometimes you want another thing. That's the really cool part about Real Broker, in the way that not only do you have access to this, you also have access to that. That's sick. Meaning, number one, you never actually run out of tiers, and number two, you can collaborate with everyone at Real. There's no other brokerage that allows you to do this. And again, my name is Gagan Messina. I love making these videos. I would love the opportunity to talk with you privately, one-on-one, about Real Broker. Listen to me. I love this company. I've been with multiple other companies. And this is my home. I brought a total of 130 agents to Real in the last 12 months. This company is amazing. And I can say that so unequivocally and without a single doubt in my mind, but I can't prove it. The only way I can prove it is by having a conversation with you. And if you're not happy where you're at, or you just want some options that exist, please feel free to just give me a shout, give me a call, book it on my calendar, and let's just talk, have a private conversation to see if Real Broker would even be a good fit for you. Because the other thing that I want to talk about is Reason and our technology. Our apps and our AI are some of the best in the entire world, especially with Leo Copilot coming out. One of the coolest things is taxes are actually being able to be seen on the website. You're also getting access to Real Wallet, which holds all the money for you. Real debit card and credit card are coming out. And on top of all of those things, having one actual location in which you have everything that you need at your disposal, that's amazing, and that's bold. From revenue share to stock portfolio to GCI to your team members to your broker's information and everything else, this has all of it in one spot. I know what you're gonna ask. Hey, how are agents actually selling houses if you guys claim to be, well, a production team? Well, we have over 170 classes every single week. Professionals that have actually made money, that actually do what they're talking about, teach every single week because number one, they get stock. And number two, they can create some kind of horizontal integration with other members. If I'm teaching a class and there's 50 people and I say, hey, listen, I'm a licensed agent in the great city of Rochester, New York. Give me all your referrals, pretty please. Amongst those 50 people, there's going to be someone. And they're going to think of me when someone eventually wants to move to Rochester, New York. Education not only, number one, makes you a better teacher, making you a better implementer, it also gives you stock. And on the top of those things, you also get, well, really cool opportunities to make awesome friends. All those things go hand in hand. We've also got access to Chime as our CRM. On typical, if you weren't with Real, it'd be about $500 a month. With Real, it's only $40 a month. This is probably one of the best real estate CRMs around. Now, I personally don't use real estate CRMs. I have my own CRMs. If you are curious about why, just let me know in the comments below and I'll answer. It's a longer answer, but I use HubSpot, but the access of Chime and the CRM of Chime also exists. Now, here's the last thing that I want to talk about. It's culture. In fact, I love Real so much that I'm making a video out of my own time because I want to talk to you about it. Real has the most amazing culture out of any brokerage that I've ever been at. And it's easy for me to say this, of course it is, but culture isn't something that you talk about, it's something that you show. I want you to check out all the information on Real. I want you to connect with someone that you know at Real and say, hey, how's it going? And talk about exactly what's going on with them. They're gonna tell you one thing, I love it here. We're not private agents at Real. We're not afraid to tell you that we're with Real compared to other brokers. We love it here. And culture isn't something that you talk about, it's something that you feel. And I want to make sure that you have the ability to feel that. If you're curious about what the culture is like, if you're curious about Real Broker, if you're curious about anything, shoot us a text, give us a call, and let's chat. And also, there are certainly a massive genre of individuals that Real Broker is not for. I actually made that entire video right here. Watch it, and I'll see you soon. Peace.